You're listening to the Manifestation Station podcast. I'm your host, Holly Edwards, and together we can help create your magic. Everybody, and welcome back to the Manifestation Station. Oh my God, I am so excited. Have I got a treat for you today? So we are talking about attracting money and living your millionaire lifestyle. And there is no limit to what you can manifest when it comes to the amount of money. However, why have you not made £1 million yet? I hear you ask. Well, I have the answers to that, actually. And I have just had the most amazing epiphany over what I call this episode of the podcast. Are you ready for it? Because I actually think I might be a genius. I'm calling this part of the podcast Moneyfesting. Moneyfesting. Oh my God. I wonder if that is in the dictionary. If not, I'm going to paint that and I'm going to say, come and manifest with Holly. So I'm asking you guys to come and manifest with me today. Now, I know you're going to want to do this because I don't know a single soul who does not want to raise their vibrations and attract in more money into their lives. Well, you can do that and you can start doing that today because I have a few steps that we can get started on together, and you are going to see some instant changes in your life. Instant money coming in and recognizing and changing behaviors and old behaviors of money mindset, many of which you may not even be aware of that you have. So that is what today is about, raising our vibrations and attracting in money. Imagine financial freedom. Imagine being financially thriving. Imagine being abundant and overflowing with wealth. No matter how much you want to manifest in, whether that's just getting a little bit more and having a better work-life balance, having that freedom to do more nice things with your family, or really up level to looking at flying first class around the world, buying designer handbags, treating your family to the most amazing experiences, you can have it all. Most people want to attract money into their life, and there is no limit to the amount of money that you can manifest. But you have to be on the same frequency as that amount of money. And most people aren't operating with a millionaire's mindset because it's just probably not your reality right now. But I'm here to tell you that it can be. So I started reading some amazing insights by a woman called Denise Duffield Thomas. And she talks a lot about wealth growth, manifesting money, and she has got loads of tricks and tips. And she is rolling in the money, and she never used to be. She used to feel, she says this is her own words, she used to feel quite poor. She felt like she could only shop in secondhand shops, nothing wrong with that. But she didn't feel like she had wealth and that she had the freedom with money. She is now, I'm pretty sure she's a millionaire. But this week I started reading some of her steps in manifesting money and using some of my own. Now, when I started reading her steps, I was actually in the gym. So I was raising my vibrations. I was on the treadmill, the endorphins were flowing. And I was listening to her talk about money. And she talks about elevating your money mindset, releasing restrictive money blockers, which we all have, even operating subconsciously. And she talks about how to attract in money. So one of the first things that she ever manifested when she kind of really started working on this money mindset, she actually attracted in a free round the world trip through a competition. I think it was something like 6 months long. It was absolutely blooming amazing. And at the time, she hadn't even tried to manifest a trip, but she was trying to manifest more money in order for her to travel and to just be able to get up and go and travel the world. And chances by a few circumstances, a few coincidences, but let me tell you this now, there are no coincidences. All coincidences are the universe conspiring to making your dreams come true. So never just brush off something as coincidence. So this is no lie, okay? I was in the gym listening to these stories and about how you can help improve your money mindset. And within 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes of activating my mind on a wealth frequency, no lie, I attracted in a complimentary stay at a very famous members club and a hugely discounted trip at the same place. And this place never offers discount and never offers complimentary stays. What the actual beep? Honestly, I was absolutely floored. And this was in 30 minutes of me changing my mindset and starting on one of the tasks that Denise suggested. I actually sat on the sofa, even as a manifester, and even with all of this magic happening around me and manifesting and things coming true, I'm still floored by the magic that comes to you by taking on some of these steps. So, as soon as that happened, I realized I absolutely had to throw myself in head first. I am working on a lot of steps to bring in more money because who doesn't want to be more financially free? And I immediately thought, I absolutely have to have today's topic on the podcast as money because I want to pass it on to you. And we luckily, I'm very grateful, have a lot of people following the podcast now, a lot of people following the steps that we've touched on previously about raising vibrations and how to get on the right frequencies and doing vision boards. And I know wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, whether you're driving your car, you're walking the dog, you are taking the kids to school, you're in bed, you're having a cup of tea, whatever you are doing, I'm talking to you right now because I know you're listening to this and you want to attract in money. And I want nothing more than to pass on the steps that you can do and that you can start today, right after this podcast, in order to impact your life through finances improving and improving your mindset around finances and money. And you can have an impact immediately and things can start changing immediately. And every day you are going to get wealthier and your mindset is going to improve and you're going to unlock everything that's within your brain and all of your capacity and everything that you are able to attract in money wise is coming your way because I am going to give you the key. So we need to start getting and thinking rich. We start thinking rich and we need to remove our limited beliefs around money. Are you one of those people that they always tend to think that you never have enough money? You have maybe a poor mindset, or maybe you always feel like you're always just scraping by and counting the pennies. Do you feel like you're deserving of money? Did you feel like when you were growing up in a house, did you feel like your parents struggled to get by? Do you sometimes feel jealous? Even if you're a really good person, but do you sometimes feel jealous when someone you know gets a new car or when they come into money? So these are all limiting beliefs and our mindsets are instilled in us. They're created from childhood and throughout life and adulthood. We create blockers on money and many of them you may not even be aware of. Can you imagine just for a minute what it would be like to have £1 million in your bank account? You might dream of it, but can you, in actual reality, feel that? To increase wealth and improve your money mindset, we need to unravel all of our previous feelings, thoughts, and behaviors on money. So maybe you think the only way to get more money is through your current wages or by working longer, harder hours. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. And it's these beliefs that are holding you back and we need to release and let go of. So we need to unlock your abundance money mindset because I'm here to tell you that you can manifest any amount into your life. You can not only attract in more money into your life, but you can also attract in even better work-life balance. You need to get it out of your heads now that the only way to get more money into your life is to work yourself to the bone, to be absolutely tired and not being present for family or fun times at the weekends. You can have it all. There are some steps that you can start doing today to start bringing money to you and to start removing these blocks and obstacles that are in your path in order to become abundant, financially thriving, and to shift your thinking around money in order to start the flow. Imagine for a minute that your money manifestations are like a river. That money is flowing to you, and everyone has their own money river flowing to them. But your past and your current perceptions on money are blocking the flow of that river. Imagine they're like small little dams in your river and they are blocking the flow of money coming to you. So if we start by working on removing those blockages one by one, that money river will start to trickle in. And the more and more effort you put into chip away at those blocks, the faster that river can flow to you. And the river will flow more directly to you, landing all of that money into your lap. I will be putting together a 30-day money guide where you can immerse yourself for a month and change your habits, thoughts, and your bank balance around money. So keep an eye on that. That will be coming soon. And if you want to follow on Instagram at The Holly Edwards and on TikTok at The Holly Edwards, I will be introducing that soon. So keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in joining a 30-day money guide. So what can you start doing today? I want you to start the very, very first step and possibly the most important step when it comes around attracting more money. If you're going to do anything, do this step. This is the most important thing. And this is actually going to change not only your day, your month, your year, your life. I want you to start by tracking every single penny that comes into your life in any way, shape, or form. If I asked you, what was your best earnings month that you've ever had? What exactly did you bring in through by any means last month? Would you be able to answer that question? Now, even if you're in a 9 to 5 and you kind of know what you're bringing in month to month, you still haven't included all those other avenues of money that may come through to you, whether that's through refunds or perhaps selling things on Vinted, being gifted money, finding money in the street, perhaps getting a tax rebate, going into a shop and finding that the item that you were going to buy is on sale. That is money in your pocket that wouldn't have been in your pocket. So if I asked any of you, what did you bring in down to every penny last month? Realistically, most of us won't be able to answer that. And lots of people, especially self-employed, don't actually know what they're bringing in per month. So it's really important to have a goal around money. And what is your goal? Now, people will either put down a goal of something really high, which seems and feels really unrealistic, like £1 million, or they'll just kind of go a little bit more than they're earning because they think that that's all that they can get. What happens a lot is that people are writing down their goals But because they're not tracking their money, sometimes people are hitting these goals without even realizing. There was a lady that I read about recently, and she started working on her money mindset. And she decided what she wanted as a goal to be earning every month. Once she started tracking her money, she realized that one month she had already made her dream amount. And she honestly hadn't even realized. So to track your money, grab yourself a notebook or mock up a quick and simple spreadsheet. This is what I did. And log every day, every single penny or cent if you're in the US, every single penny that comes to you. So you can just be a simple column, maybe write the date and write the amount next to it and where it came from. That's all you need to do. And tally that up each week. And I really mean every single penny. No cheating, no rounding down, no rounding. Oh, I think I earned £20 yesterday from that client that I saw. Put in the exact amount. If it was £20.99, write £20.99. If you find a penny on the street, pick it up, say, thank you, universe, for bringing me my money, and log that on your tracking sheet. You may think it doesn't matter, but this is the key to this task. It is monitoring and tracking every single penny that makes its way through to you. So money comes in many forms. Log everything that you are gifted. If you're gifted money or on a gift card, if someone buys you lunch, log that amount. If you get a refund from a shop, log that amount. If anything that is classed as money, that gets logged. So gifts aren't included unless it's gifted money. So if someone buys you a pair of shoes, that's lovely, but we're not putting that on. We are looking for actual physical money. So what does this do? Well, firstly, this helps us to physically track and keep a log of what's coming in. This makes us feel in control of our finances, and we're not shying away from them. Quite often what happens when people have fear of lack of money or they're feeling like they're not financially free, they actually shy away from looking in their bank account. They shy away from even trying to work out what's going in and out of their accounts. This is a way of taking the control back, taking the reins back on your finances, but also being able to log and get clarity on every bit of money that is coming and flowing your way in your money river. But also, it means that by tracking every penny that comes in, money has become our focus. And remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Have you heard of the red car theory? You may have heard of it, but it goes like this. If I asked you how many red cars you saw on your way to work this morning or on the school run, what's your answer? I actually want you to answer this. Answer out loud or answer in your head. How many red cars did you see this morning when you went out? Have a think. Your answer is probably you've got no idea, or you're trying to pluck a random number out, maybe 2 or 3, I'm not sure. But probably, realistically, you have no idea of how many red cars you saw. If I asked you the same question tomorrow and I said to you, okay, look for red cars tomorrow, and then I'll ask you tomorrow, how many red cars did you see? You will likely be able to answer because you are looking for those red cars. So you might say, yeah, I saw around 7 or 8 because you had seen them and you had noticed them and you were looking for them. So imagine that's like the money. Because we are looking for our pennies, we are looking for our pounds, and we are tracking our money. Guess what? You will see more money, and therefore more money will come to you. The more you seek, the more you attract. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Do this task for a month. I implore you to try this for a month. You will not be disappointed. You'll be so surprised at how much money is actually coming into you I have started this just a week ago. I've even included things like I put a jacket on the other day and I found like £4.20 in cash in my jacket. That went on to my log because that money I didn't know existed and I probably wasn't looking for it and I didn't probably think I needed it. That money got logged. And this keeps happening a lot now, is that I'm noticing and seeing more money that is coming my way. Once you begin tracking, you will notice how your mindset will start to shift. So try this for a month. But actually, when you realize how well it's working, it's something that I suggest we all do forever. Don't feel like it's a really hefty task because it's not. My spreadsheet is on my phone and every day, I haven't actually been doing it every day, but I have tracked every day. So if I've missed a day, I've gone back and quickly done 2 days in a row. But even if you track for the week or you track for every 2 weeks, do something with tracking because it is honestly going to create a shift. And the more you do it, it will create a seismic shift. The more you track, the more you seek, the more you will attract. Our next step that you can take on in attracting more wealth is to level up. So if you're trying to manifest £1,000,000, there is no limit to what you can manifest. However, realistically, if you've got a day job, you're in a 9 to 5, or maybe you've got your own business and you have some clients, maybe you're earning 25k a year, 50k a year, 100k a year, that step between your current finances and £1,000,000 is quite a huge step. And that's why it's jumping up so many frequencies in one hit. So at the moment, that £1,000,000 that you want to attract in, it's not quite within your realm at the moment. And that is not the frequency you're going to be operating on. Even if you're working hard with your manifesting and you've got a positive mindset, and you've got an abundant mindset. The difference is that is such a huge step that even if you use your affirmations and you visualize and that you imagine that you are rich and that you're a millionaire now, realistically, you're not even going to be able to imagine what that would be like in real life right now. If you're renting a flat, you can't imagine right now, tomorrow, moving into your mansion and everything that will change for you to become this millionaire. So we are almost missing steps out when we're jumping up so many frequencies in one hit. The key is to set a goal that is a real improvement on your current finances, but not ridiculously out of reach. If you set yourself a level, almost see it as though you're playing a money game with yourself. Pick a goal and write it down how much you want to achieve in the next month, the next year, the next 5 years, however you want to do that. But just level up a step. Once you realize that you are capable and you can achieve that goal that you've set, and you will be able to, if you work through manifesting and manifesting money and work through the steps we're talking about today, you will achieve that goal. And then once you achieve it, don't just get settled. And this is what happens a lot. If you possibly think about yourself 10 years ago, you may be in a position now that you were trying to manifest 10 years ago. But don't forget how far you've come now. When I think about sometimes my flat, when I was renting my flat and sometimes struggling to pay my bills alone, I needed to remember that I was able to move out, get my own flat and pay my bills and have financial independence. Don't forget how far you've come, but that was leveling up. Don't then get complacent in thinking, okay, I've reached my peak. It's now your then goal to set to level up again. And do you know what? Once you realize you're capable, you can level up in a bigger sense. You can jump a few more steps because your money mindset will be growing and you will be releasing all of the blockers that are in your way because you will start to see the results. You will start to see what you're capable of. And going back to the money tracking, you will be looking out for ways to seek and find more money, just so you can add them to your lovely, lovely, sparkling money tracking list. It's so exciting when you get to add more money on the tracking list. So you will look for more. Maybe there's an invoice that you needed to send and you haven't sent, and it will force you to go and send that. Maybe you want to add some more onto your money tracking list, so you sell a pair of shoes on your Vinted. Whatever it is, you will seek more ways to find money that will bring more money to you. So level up and write down your goals. It's also really important. It's almost like an extra added little step in here, little sub step. Write down your goal, write down your figure. Now, if you can write down your money goals every day, you are massively improving your chances of manifesting those money dreams to you. So write down your goals every day. There was a study that I was reading about last week. It was a study in America where they took university students that had graduated, and half of them they asked to write down what their goals were for the next 5 years after completing their university course. And they asked the other 50% to not write their goals down. They went back and looked in 5 years' time at those groups of people, and it was something ridiculous, like 98% of those who wrote their goals down had achieved them. And it was such a low figure for the people that hadn't written their goals down. Something like 15% of them achieved their goals that they were looking at. So there is something in the fact that if you write your goals down, this is where your vision boards come in handy. And just writing down, when you write down your goals, it's like you are initiating them. When you write down your goals, you activate them. You activate them in your mind, and you activate them within the universe, and you activate them on the frequency for the universe to deliver. Imagine that the universe is awaiting your instructions. And this is with anything. I mean, we're talking about finances and wealth and money today. But actually, this is the case with any of your manifestations. Imagine the universe is awaiting your instructions of what you want to manifest. They're waiting there. They're sitting in front of you. The universe is sitting in front of you going, tell me what your instructions are, and I will go and get those items. The universe will go off and shop for your items. So if you write down your goals, you are activating it into the universe. The universe is stood there listening to you, waiting for your goals to be activated. And then they'll go, thank you, Holly. I'm now going to go off and I'm going to seek and find those goals, and I'm going to bring them back to you. Just hold on for a little while. Don't get frustrated with how long you're having to wait, because I need to find the way in which to bring that goal back to you. So it's not for you to work out the hows and the whys, how that money will come to you. There are some people with blocks, and I think we've all been there, where you think, well, the only possible way I can earn money is through my wages. That must be the only possible way. It's not. That is not the only way you can earn money. And you know what? It's not up for you to work out how money can come to you. So let the universe know those instructions. Do it now. When you get off this podcast, speak them out loud, but write them down. Give those instructions to the universe so they can go and deliver for you. Write down those money goals. How much do you want to earn? Break it down. You could ask for how much you want in your bank account, but maybe ask for how much you want per month, how much you want per week. Break it down into smaller goals so that they look and feel more achievable, but that you are stretching yourself, and the universe will deliver. The next step that you can start working on today is to start removing your money blocks. The way that you can start working through this is to start writing down any experiences you've had with money from any period in your life, as a child, into adulthood, through working, whatever it may be, but any experiences about money that you've had which have triggered you or upset you. And really think back. You might not even think that any of these stories or experiences that happen to you may not even think that they have any repercussions on your current money mindset. But trust me, they do. Have a think about when you were young and maybe think if there was anything where you felt like you were lacking in money growing up. So maybe you were desperate to go on a school trip, but your parents never had the money to send you on the skiing trip or the trip where you had a week away with your friends. You may not feel that that affected you, but it may have put a money block in the way and put a money block in your money river. Maybe you had to wear hand-me-downs when you were younger and perhaps you used to hate that, and it made you feel like you had no money in your family. Maybe you've dated someone in the past who would never treat you for dinner, and it made you feel not worthy, and it made you feel small or unappreciated, or it made you feel like they and you were lacking in money. Maybe you feel like you did a job and you weren't paid fairly or paid your worth. Maybe that still gripes you when you think about it. Maybe you're a woman and maybe there is a man in a similar job title to you who earns more money than you do because of the pay gap. Once you start writing down these money blocks, you will mentally begin to release them. And it's good that when you make this list, physically out loud say, I release these blocks to the universe. I'm abundant in money. I release all of my money blocks. This step has such great power and it is so important. And it's not just a one-hit wonder, this step. This is a list that you can keep adding to. I started doing this just a few days ago. And first of all, I got my notepad and pen out and I kind of sat there empty first of all, thinking, right, what are my money blockers? But actually, once I really started to think about it, I could start thinking of stories which, even if you think they're not affecting you or that they're blockers, write them down. All the times you felt like you've not had enough money, all the times you felt like you're not abundant in money. Maybe you had a cleaner and now you feel like you can't afford to have a cleaner in. That's not making you feel abundant in money. So put that down and write that down as a money blocker. Maybe your friends were going away for the weekend and you felt like you really needed to save your money because you had a couple more experiences or a couple more holidays coming up that year. Write that down because that could be a money blocker. Maybe you want to buy your partner a gift and it's just a little bit too expensive in your mind. Can I really stretch to spending that much for a gift? Write that down. That could be a money blocker. Maybe you really, really want to get a new car, but you're driving around in your old, beaten down, clapped out car that needs new windscreen wipers. Whatever it is that you need, write it down because that could be a money blocker. If you're willing to put in the work, you will manifest money. So the more work that you put into these steps, you may think they're insignificant. You may feel like they won't work for you. And trust me, those who say, oh, this doesn't work for me, I tried it once. I didn't see any improvement on my finances. I saw no results. The key is about consistency. And the more you work through these steps and the more consistent you are with these steps, that money river will start to flow to you, will start to flow quicker to you, and will begin overflowing with money into your life. Pair these steps with money affirmations. Affirmations are sentences and affirmations that we are saying aloud in the present tense that are positive and that make us feel abundant. So if we're using money affirmation, you can say, I am a money man. Money comes to me easily and in abundance. I don't have to work hard for money. Money flows to me effortlessly. I have more than enough money to do all the things I've ever dreamed of. So get to work on your money mindset. Start visualizing your abundant life because that river already exists within you. You have just got to get that water flowing. Remove the obstacles. Remove your limiting beliefs around money and start seeing your abundance grows. The other thing that you can do when it comes to attracting more money is to be less indecisive. And if you've got an idea, it's to execute it and execute it quickly. Maybe you have all of these ideas bubbling about how you can bring more money in. Maybe you have something you're really good at and a passion and that something that people come to you for. Maybe you've got a business idea you could have on the side. Decrease the time between having an idea and executing, and everything will change. Money loves speed and poverty loves indecision. Make your decisions quicker and roll with it, and your money will flow after that. Now, the final step to try this week or today, whenever you have the time and whenever you're ready to grow in abundance, is to increase your generosity. It may sound like a counteractive step by almost wanting you to give money away in order to bring it in. All you're trying to do is bring the money in. But by offering generosity, others, and other situations, that will increase your ability to attract more money in. Because what you're actually doing, if you give to others, so this can be in ways of giving without expectations. That could be go out and do something a bit wacky and pay for someone's milk who's in front of you in the queue. Random, I know. Or maybe you've got a friend who's struggling financially at the moment and maybe take them out for dinner. Even if you feel at the moment, today, at this very moment, if you feel like you don't have enough money, I urge you to follow this step. Give money, give situations, take someone for dinner. No, give someone £20 in the street. Honestly, the more that you give, also you're proving to yourself that you have an abundant mindset. By scrounging and holding on to your pennies because you fear that you don't have enough is showing that you have a lacking mindset and that you don't believe that you have enough money or that you are worthy or have the power to bring in more money. So it seems like quite a drastic step because it's kind of about, in some ways giving your money away. But there are many pros to this. One, that you will just feel good. If you do something for someone or you spend some money on someone, sometimes without a reason in particular, it will make you feel good. It will make the other person feel good. It will make you feel good. That in turn will bring more situations for you to feel good about, and you will manifest in more experiences, and you will manifest more money and more free experiences. That's not what you're doing it for, but ultimately that is what will happen. So do something this week. Just think of something that you can do where you can offer someone some form of money. It doesn't have to be vulgar and just, giving away 20 quid to someone who doesn't deserve it. It can be taking someone out. It can be buying something for someone. It can be paying for something for a stranger. Just think about it. And the more generous you are, the more that you're investing in yourself. If you can invest in yourself and invest in others, you are showing you have a wealthy, abundant mindset. And the universe will match your frequency. You will be bumping yourself up onto a higher money frequency. And you will be bringing back more experiences and more money into your life. The final step for today is to express thanks and gratitude for the money and experiences that you have had. So try and rack your brains and be thankful and give thanks and gratitude for the money in your bank account. Give gratitude for the money that has come to you this week. Give gratitude for sale items where you've got a discount, or maybe you bagged a freebie, or maybe you won a competition. If you found money in the street, give gratitude for all of those money experiences that you've had recently. And also, just like when we dug back into our past about money restricting beliefs, also do this for gratitude with money. So look back and think, I am so grateful that I was brought up in a lovely home, and that I had a roof over my head, and that my parents had enough money to buy my uniform and to send me on school trips and to take me on a lovely family holiday or to take me camping. I'm so grateful for the pocket money I received. I'm so grateful that my partner took me out for dinner last night. I'm so grateful that my partner bought me flowers. So anything that involves money, give gratitude for. Say it aloud to the universe, write it down, give thanks. Gratitude dissolves negativity. I've said it before, I will say it again. It's one of my favorite quotes. Gratitude dissolves negativity. So having gratitude about money helps to kind of remove those fears and those blockers that we were talking about. That will help. The other thing, I've just said that was the last step, but I've just thought of another thing. Now, I've got loads of steps that I want you to follow, but I just wanted to give you a few today on the podcast. The other thing that I've just thought of, and it's a really, really good step in manifesting money. And whilst you're trying to remove blockers, it can be difficult to be grateful for money and to feel an abundant mindset when you have bills coming through the post and text messages saying you owe money and it's time to pay the water bill or it's time to get the kids' uniform. Whatever it is, those thoughts and those bills that come through can really kind of dampen your money mood. So I want you to do this. If you get a bill come through the post, say you get the council tax bill or you get the water bill through, I want you to look at it and I want you to look at the amount. So many people shy away from looking at their bills. And I think I used to do this, that I'd almost kind of look through squinted eyes and kind of just put it away really quickly because I just didn't want to see how much my bill was, how much I had to pay, how much rent I had to pay, whatever it is. I want you to open a bill that you have this week, open it and look at it. I want you to smile, look at the amount. I want you to breathe. I want you to feel calm about that bill. And I want you to write on that bill, thank you, universe. And whatever that bill is for, I want you to give gratitude for. Because we automatically have this fear and this horror over bills. We hate bills coming through. But those bills and the things that we're actually paying for are probably improving our life. Let's take your car bill. Say you're leasing a car and you get a monthly payment for your car. Rather than looking through squinted eyes and feeling that anxiety rise and that pain in your chest, how am I going to pay this bill? Or for God's sake, there's another bill just when I'm trying to get in my abundant mindset. I want you to stop that thought in its tracks. And I want you to write on that bill, even if it's a digital copy, just transfer it into a PDF or screenshot it and write over it, thank you, universe. And I want you to give gratitude for whatever that bill supplies. So if it's your car, say, I'm so grateful for my car. I'm so grateful this car gets me to work. I'm so grateful this car keeps me safe and dry. I'm so grateful this car means I can take my children to school. I'm so grateful my car gets to A to B. I'm so grateful I have a car. If it's the water bill, it sounds so simple because we take these things for granted. Write on that bill, thank you, universe. And think of all the amazing things that bill has brought you. Fresh running water in your house. All of us, pretty much all of us, have fresh running water, but do you ever think to stop and give that gratitude? Thank you. Thank you, lovely water company, for supplying fresh water into my house. Thank you for my lovely hot baths that I get to have after work. Thank you for my drinking water that comes out the tap. Thank you for the water that goes into my washing machine that means I can wash and have clean clothes. Start changing your money mindset now. You will see such huge changes almost instantly. And even if something has not happened immediately, please promise me now you will be consistent and that you will continue, because the universe, remember, has run off to the shop for you and is looking for all the items that you need in your life. and they will come back to you and they will deliver. So I'm going to leave you with this money affirmation today. Say this aloud when you go to bed and say this aloud when you wake up in the morning for the next week. I welcome unlimited income and wealth into my life. Say it again. I welcome unlimited income and wealth into my life. One more time. I welcome unlimited income and wealth into my life. Happy manifesting, everybody. Goodbye.